Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man-horde Dead Bart, as they read all stories horror and internet-related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
We all know about the 1997 series, King of the Hill, right?
What?
But do you know why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Do you know why the kids love taste of Hank Hill? Do you know why the kids love the taste of propane?
I saw a YouTuber who did a video entitled Measuring Dale Gribble's Power Level. And just went through like every season and just highlighted how great of a character Dale Gribble is.
Really?
At one point, Dale reveals that he's tried every type of insecticide on the market and therefore is immune to them.
Since Slimebeast isn't here yet, how do you feel about chicks with dudes' names?
I thought that was going to go somewhere else. Chicks with dudes' names.
Considering that most girls' names come from dudes' names, fine. Not
like what?
Much of a stretch.
Give us some examples.
Carla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carl.
Comes from Carlito.
From Carl.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Henry,
Frank?
Henrietta, George, Georgina.
Now, how can you go back in history and establish that that is the case and it wasn't the other way around?
Because men run the world.
Rightfully
Rightfully
so.
Literally false, but okay. I love. So
Beyonce says otherwise.
What is
really
the male version of
appreciate-
Beyonce? Sorry, go ahead.
Jay-Z. I really appreciate. really appreciate. Wow.
Yeah,
really
this is a train
appreciate
wreck.
women.
You appreciate
gals,
women.
if you will, dames even, that have names of men, like Rupert, like a chick with the name Rupert. Oh my god, absolutely
Female version, Rupertina.
DP.
Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch is a dude, I'm sorry.
Ruperta.
And I'm just saying, I would appreciate Rupert Murdoch if she transitioned.
Rupertina Murdocha? What? Murdochette?
Do you have something against Australian accents?
Yes. They're just British accents, but from prison?
There's that weird echo, and it just kind of like warps the accent.
Yeah.
Oi, you got a license for that, Shiv.
Exactly. What happened was they put all the British people in prison, and a lot of them were in solitary and forgot how to talk.
They actually weren't British people. They were British people as well as Irish and Scottish.
Right.
And they were taken from their country, mixed in with people that didn't speak their language, and torn apart from their culture.
Nobody tell Brandon that parts of Ireland and all of Scotland are in Britain, so they are therefore British.
No. They are the United Kingdoms.
Are they? Are they really that united?
Not anymore, really, nah.
Okay, so DP.
Yes.
Irish, English, Scottish, okay? Marry, fuck, kill, go.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
Ooh.
Kill English, obviously.
Whoa.
That's
DP, the dyslexic, wants to kill English. Surprise.
and then I think you bang Irish and then marry Scottish.
I see. Oh, that's dragons. Yeah.
You marry English because, they're all uptight, but they're at least loyal, so you don't really have to worry about much.
Are they?
You bang Scottish because they are just down for a wild-ass time, and they make really good alcohol. You kill the Irish because, they're limping along as is. Kind of misery.
Jesus Christ. New t-shirt with a picture of Abysmii, kill the Irish.
Yeah, we need to, they have all of these towns that are, promoting Gaelic and promoting Irish and, traditional languages and stuff. And they're like, we need to keep the language alive. And I just like the idea of people in the mainland of UK just wearing shirts that's like, no, fuck that language.
Yeah.
Kill it off.
Well, I'm going to go, since you guys went with some in-depth reasons as to why you would marry, fuck, or kill various nationalities, I would say I'm going to go, surface level, just to contrast that. And I'm just going to say, in terms of Appearance, you kill the English.
Oh, that's so brutal.
You bang the Scottish, but you marry the Irish. That's my thought.
Okay.
Yeah. You marry a nice, sweet Irish
There
lass.
are no wrong genocidal opinions here.
Whoa. There's another
There
t-shirt
are-
for you.
Abysmii is correct because they're all white, so we can get it. They put genocide on a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh my
They
god.
put genocide on a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
DP just said that all English people are white. That if you're not white, you're not English. Oh my god.
This episode's canceled.
No, this is the best episode. Let us know down in the comments what you would bang, marry, kill.
Post your nationality in the comments with a photo of your forearm.
Yeah, don't do it if you're not white. Not because we're judging. We just don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah, if you're not white, please don't say so in the comments because we don't want YouTube algorithm to censor our videos and remove them. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but it sounds right.
I mean,
Anyway,
we're like, got to get more subscribers, got to get the sub count up. But part of me is like, if we do, the channel's not going to be around for much longer.
Well, I'm just picturing YouTube as a robot or as an AI trying to figure out why everybody is just commenting Mexican, 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 Mexican. We got to get rid of this. What are they saying in this video?
Shit,
I
don't know
am
what it is.
legitimate-
It's bad.
I'm legitimately worried about the prospect of like them seeing stuff about Pizza Hatch and like, is this like secretly a Pizzagate thing? Because they are really ban happy with anything Pizzagate related.
Right.
So like, I just hoping that they're not like, did they shift the metagame and catch on and start calling it something else? Like, I'm legitimately worried about that.
Let's see. It's about pizza and people hatching plans. Yep, it all matches up.
And going underground, using tunnels.
Yeah. Papa Epstein instead of Papa John.
John Steen.
Papa
Well, no,
Johnstein.
that's they have opposite strategies. The Pizzagate strategy is you go underground into tunnels. Epstein used a plane, right? So
That's true.
That's basically what you need to do is not stay on the surface level if you're trying to abduct children. Okay, that's my advice.
You got to become a Morlock, essentially.
Morlock or a superhero. Basically, those are the two
What the
groups I
fuck?
can get away with.
Does that
Well,
mean
because
mole
then you
people-
can. Well, you can fly at that point, so you can.
Yeah.
This is
Superman
not just
was
me.
on Epstein. Superman definitely flew on the Lolita Express.
Oh, well, I mean,
That's-
you always have to
that's who
go back
did
to
it.
that Fortress of Solitude.
Superman
to,
was the
evade
Lolita
capture.
Express, but good, sorry.
The Fortress of Solitude was on the fucking island.
Well, you see, in Kryptonian years, I'm actually...
I'm actually 835.
No, I'm actually
fo-
7. The fuck?
In the Fortress of Solitude, where I can be alone. But what are all these little girls doing here? Well, I don't care about their opinions.
That's right. What we're reading, how does it relate to all of what we're talking about?
King of the Hill
It's a good show.
is a good show.
I will say, Superman flying on the Lolita Express, Batman, guy who disables the camera, knocks out the guards, and strangles Epstein to death.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense. I do. What if she's driving the invisible plane? Wonder Woman's driving the invisible plane, flying the invisible plane, and then that's not very good for the Lolita Express. Just like taking inventory of whoever's on the plane.
Is that Santa? Why is his sleigh being pulled by 8 tiny children? What the fuck?
Well, the good news, though, is that everything on that plane is invisible except the people and their clothes. So the Black Book, you're not going to know who was on that flight.
Do you think, okay, so Ghislaine Maxwell dressed as Wonder Woman in court, do you think she's saying, oh, those children were following me very closely in a separate invisible plane I was unrelated to? How are you going to disprove it?
She's just dressed
plane.
up as Wonder Woman, and she's got the cuffs on, and she's just like, look, I was a slave, too. I didn't have any choice in this. I was...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
12 hours of flight.
Oh, God. Anyway,
Listen,
that's the show, everybody.
I was not participating. Besides all the sexual abuse I had with underage girls, I was not participating.
Yeah. Says Ghislaine Maxwell, for clarification,
Says
everybody.
says Ghislaine Maxwell dressed as Wonder Woman.
What an unfortunate name.
One time somebody was talking about how Batman was a stupid premise because it was like, everybody would know Bruce Wayne was Batman immediately, blah, blah, blah. He's the only person with the money to do it, and so on and so forth. And my point was, okay, if, Batman appears today, who is it?
Yeah.
Which person has who's the only person with the money to do that right now? You're going to think it's Jeff Bezos, you're going to think it's Bill Gates, you're going to think it's Jeffrey Epstein, you're going to think it's Mark Zuckerberg,
Well, that's the thing is, most people, your average Joe, didn't know who Jeffrey Epstein was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
That's right. He's Jeffrey Epstein.
If there's a pedophile out there just doing vigilante justice on, criminals of the non-grooming type, then we would have no way of knowing.
True. Double draw the 1960s Batman when they would do a scene change and it would go like da-da-da-da-da-da with like the bat symbol, fading, coming in and coming out. And it just cuts to Epstein hanging in a bat suit. Meanwhile,
in jail.
Oh.
The League of Extraordinarily Hanged People.
They're going to say extraordinarily hung people.
Jesus Christ.
It's just David Carradine and Jeffrey Epstein and who else?
Caveman.
And the Caveman. Oh boy. Okay. King of the Hill, last episode. Hope you had fun with that cold open, fuckers.
God damn.
Figure out what to do with that, Elias.
Good luck, you little fucker.
Whatever you do, please do not edit out me saying that Jeffrey Epstein is the one in that case, not me, or Ghislaine Maxwell. I can't remember. Point being,
Elias, you remember you owe us for saving you from that island, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the lore.
Perpetuity.
Please don't edit anything out of context, because there was a lot of vouchable moments there.
Mm-hmm.
King of the Hill, lost episode. We all know about the 1997 series. Don't know. It's on Spinpasta, so you figure that out.
It is written by, I guess,
posted up
first
here by
submitted by CJ March 84.
Oh, so okay. I believe that is a pseudonym for Dave the Useless.
Oh,
wait, really?
Yeah, I think this is a Dave the Useless story.
Holy shit.
Yeah, good old Dave the Useless. King of the Hill, lost episode. We all know about the 1997 series, King of the Hill. It is still airing on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim block.
Jesus Christ.
But I encountered something dark with this series sometime late in 2007. It was a Goodwill store to buy some N64 games.
Close enough, yeah.
I was at the Goodwill store, Goodwill store.
Back in 2007, I ate chips.
You fucker. Because that store normally had a good stock of retro games. However, I strolled over to the VHS section in the back, just then remembering that I owned a VCR. One of the things that I ate chips I saw was the Titanic VHS tapes. The one that came in 2 tapes, but it was in one dust cover. There we go.
All right. Now I know never to mention chips again.
I know we've already brought it up, but
that.
I would love to see Brandon in a deposition where they're like...
in a dead position? Damn.
The preamble for depositions are always the same, just like general things of like, hey, you're under oath, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's your name? What's the highest level of education that you last graduated with? Where'd you first work? Just like, and you'd be like, 84.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
84 what, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
When were you born? Well, I remember that like Sonic came out a few years after.
And what did you do at your first job? I ate chips.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
You go to the break room.
I worked at Intel, and I ate chips. They fired me.
God damn.
I thought that it would be a good movie for me and the wife, as she had never seen it before. Never seen Titanic.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Ridiculous. What is she? 300.
What?
Is this written by Epstein? This is from Epstein's perspective?
This is Titanic. Kicks wife overboard.
Yeah.
To ensure that the tapes would be functional, I took one of the tapes out of the dual VHS dust cover, only to see something unexpected.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
The makers of those movies where it was like scary movie, epic movie, superhero movie, all those movies, I could see a scene on the Titanic where they're doing that scene, the woman walks up to the front of the boat waiting to do that famous scene from the Titanic, and Leonidas in full costume just comes up and kicks her off the boat and says, "This is the Titanic," kicks her off. Like, that is indistinguishable from something they would actually have done in those fucking movies.
Yeah, no, like, you're not far off from something they did in fucking epic movie.
Oh, they did.
Thank you. I thought that I made a funny joke, and then you guys have to fucking light me up and associate me with goddamn scary movie, which is like...
Sorry.
You go back and watch that, it's like, how did I ever find this funny?
You were 10, like...
I was 10.
That's the only reason. And we thought that was like, ooh, edgy, and, this is the height of comedy, but, man, yeah.
Why don't they still make those? There should be like, the meme movie, and, like, all different shit like that.
How do you do
gamer
that?
movie! Gamer movie, like with Ready Player One and all that shit.
Because...
Gamer
people are
movie
doing it on YouTube, like, for cheaper and quicker.
Yeah.
That's true. Gamer movie would have some very offensive language in it.
Yes.
It would.
So there's that issue.
This movie is NC-17 for one word.
Or they would have PewDiePie, but played by a black person who then says the gamer word and then nothing happens.
They have PewDiePie in the movie. Literally him throughout the entire film.
No.
In one scene, he's replaced with a black actor when he says the word, and then they switch back.
It was a VHS tape with a crooked sticker on it, so it's not a black spine. Written in Sharpie was K0... it's going to spell King of the Hill, Season 1, Episode 1, NR. Not rated. Guessing not rated.
Why does it...
Never released.
I don't like NR and with the topic we were just discussing. I don't like where this is going.
I don't like King of the Hill. Preferably, I'd play something like, Payload or Payload Race. King of the Hill is usually not a good mode. Attack control points, things like that I'm more comfortable with.
Double draw Sora, Mickey, Goofy, and Donald as King of the Hearts, standing by the fence with their beers.
Yes.
Yes.
That's good.
Peggy, I'm going to fill your heart with light. That's from a different game, Slimebeast. I don't care. Oh.
I inspected the other tape, and it said, okay, same thing, but 2. Second in the serial. In the series. I assumed it was part 2. I did not know why one was 22 to 23...
Nope.
Sorry, I did not know why one 22 to 23 minute episode took 2 VHS tapes, or even why they were being sold as Titanic, but I was curious. I bought the 2 tapes for $2.22. No, you didn't.
So he purchased them. He bought it because he was curious.
$2.22 in my pocket.
God damn it.
I'm coming, looking for a come up. This is King of the Hill.
Who is this, Mackle-less? What the fuck?
Macklepore.
Well, we have the title of the fucking episode.
When I got home, nobody was there but me. It wasn't me. Therefore, I had to take up the painstaking process of uncoiling the stiff coax cables in the bulky VCR. Zoomers don't know what any of these words mean. I soon tuned the TV to Channel 3 and began viewing King of the Hill, Season 1, blah, 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 the first tape.
Okay, so okay, what now?
If you don't know what a coax cable is, how are you getting internet right now?
Wi-Fi? 5G?
Yeah, Wi-Fi.
Okay, how does the Wi-Fi come to your house?
Government?
The magical ISP provider hooks it up.
With what?
COVID?
Yeah.
COVID cables?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Everybody has coax cables in their house still. You understand this, right?
Yes,
No,
but
that's not true.
Zoomers aren't in there like watching it happen.
Zoomers don't know like anything about anything. They're a bunch of idiots. Listen.
Everyone knows that plumbers work with pipes, but no one knows like all the pipes and all the fixtures and every part that goes into a sink.
Back in my day, whenever the person came to work on your internet, you were in there bugging them and saying that you were going to play World of Warcraft with the internet cables, and they were showing you how to do it. Okay, that's how.
And they were like, buddy, that game's going to die in 10 years, so I wouldn't bother.
God damn it. By the way, I think we coined Abysmii's law, which is nobody knows all the pipes. But here's the thing. In that sentence where you said Zoomers won't know what that means, here are all the words Zoomers don't get, okay? Channel 3, TV, tuned, VCR, bulky, coax cables.
Bulky?
Yeah. What's bulky? Things fit in your hand. Uncoiling and painstaking. All words Zoomers don't know anything about.
Painstaking, yeah, for sure.
Anyway, it had the regular opening. Hey, hey. It had
Why is it a fucking Jewish chant? Like you're doing in chair dance?
It's the king of the hill, and he's here to see you.
It's the mensch of the hill, don't you know?
God damn it. Bobby, there's something wrong with you, Bubba. You're just not right. It had the regular... Fuck. Mr. Strickmeyer.
King of the Shill?
Strickmeyer.
God damn it. All right.
It took me a second to find something.
God damn it.
All right. Like a king without a hill. Anybody remember Modest Yahoo?
Why couldn't it just be Fiddler on the Hill? It had the regular opening of the first episode of King of the Hill, but without the music. Oh, so we were wrong. It was just a silent camera panning over the city of Arlen. It began normally after that with Bobby at the baseball game and Hank yelling at him. As we all know, Bobby did not succeed. This is where everything started getting... What?
Is Hank just Homer for some reason?
Well, that is the episode.
Marge!
Does Hank start strangling Bobby?
Yes. No, his eyes turn hyper-realistic and he starts booing realistically at Bobby. This is where everything started getting weird. On the ride home, Hank, Pemmy?
Pimmy?
Hank,
Pimmy,
Pebby,
Jimmy,
and Bebby.
Debbie, Bobby.
Pebby, Bubba.
Booby.
On the ride home, Hank, Peggy, and Bobby were completely silent. And this went on for about 3 minutes, like The Simpsons and Dead Bart. No one was angry. No one had any expression, actually. Just completely blank faces with only silence for company.
Classic.
Yeah, it's literally just pulling that Dead Bart scene.
Okay, Papa.
Okay, Daddy.
Okay, Papa, can you hear me?
Oh man, I eat chip. Abruptly as the family pulls into the driveway, it cuts to a scene inside the house. Hank was yelling at Bobby for not giving 110%. Hank then picks up the baseball and got into a throwing position. Mm-hmm. At this point, the video quality was getting very scraggly, and the volume levels...
They were just all growing hair, all the characters.
Everyone was unkempt.
Yeah.
And was raised roughly 10%. Hank pegged the ball, and it hit Bobby's nose.
Damn.
Peggy was seen in the background crying, and Hank simply told her to shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up, Peggy.
Bobby immediately cupped his nose and ran out of the room, crying the whole way. Do you think, canonically, that Peggy is pegging Hank?
I think that's the whole point of the name, right?
Well, he has a slim anus, so it's like hard to tell. She has to have...
No, it's
got to be a
urethra.
small...
He has a narrow urethra and it's not like a deflated anus. What the fuck is it?
Yeah, he's got both. Both.
Like the dude's
deflated
a mess.
anus here.
The dude's an absolute mess down there.
Okay, never mind.
No. Where were you going?
How many clues are there in the show that Hank and Peggy are actually biologically the opposite gender that you would think for each one?
Considering that Peggy felt like her parachute didn't deploy when she went skydiving and she fucking lived, I don't think she's actually human.
I thought you were going to say female. I was like, okay.
Nope.
I don't think she's a woman because she lived after a skydiving accident. What?
I just think she's not human.
Listen, I think we can all agree that there are men and there are women, and the difference between the two is when a man goes parachuting, he can pull the cord and he lives.
Yes, exactly.
That's okay. Listen, that's just traditional value.
Listen, that's just being a gender realist, okay?
That's just being a gender realist.
Oh, fuck.
Me and you were having such trouble trying to follow what Abysmii was saying.
See, I don't think that... See, Peggy went skydiving, all right? And survived, so I don't think she's... And I'm, thinking female.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know where both of your heads are at, but...
Well, this is what we're discussing. But to your point, she does have some big-ass hobbit feet.
She does.
And Hank is still carrying that, baby weight.
Oh, yeah. That he can never lose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the beer doesn't help, but... Yeah.
He has a narrow urethra.
Is it just an overgrown clitoris?
Aren't we all?
I don't think it would be well, that's not how... Well, anyway. As Bobby was in the bathroom checking his nose, a social worker came to the door. Peggy greeted him as Hank sat on the sofa, relaxing as if nothing happened. From this point, the colors began to look more like the real episode. The scene with Hank telling the social worker off played as it did in the real episode.
Oh.
Suddenly, the scene from the officially aired episode cut to another scene, which was not from the real episode.
What?
It was a scene with more ragged video, yet the audio remained the same.
I like the idea where it's like, suddenly the scene cut from the officially aired episode to another scene. A man walked out on screen in live action and tried to sell me a product. Then he gave a phone number. That's a commercial, you fucking zoomer.
Teddy Bunkwanker here for...
Teddy Bunkwinker here for Bunkwinkers. What are they? I'm not telling. Wink.
Call now.
Just when he says wink, he just shakes his crotch.
God damn it.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
The scene depicted Peggy sitting on the phone trying to get off to the vibrations late at night.
Damn it.
Most likely contacting child services to tell them about how Hank purposefully threw the baseball at Bobby. Hank suddenly walked through the doorway. He was in a bathrobe and had no glasses. He grabbed the phone.
This is like, you could just make a YouTube poop and basically follow this these days. That's the crazy thing.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? That's one of the...
I love that one.
The god dang hot dog. Sorry.
My favorite is
hedgers and clippers and hedgers and clippers and seeking. YouTube poop is the biggest thing that we lost when copyright claims started hitting YouTube like crazy. That was such a cultural touchstone that we just don't have anymore.
When Neil Cicerega has to remove one of his songs because it's claimed, that's when you know something's wrong. All right, and that's YouTube poop, but yeah, good. Who the hell is this? Yeah, Hank yelled. This is the Department of Child... Wait, no, let me do that again.
It's my turn.
It's not really, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Who just went?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, wait a minute, and you're Dead Palette?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got your voices confused all this time.
That explains so much about you. Who the hell is this?
When you start to read it, I thought you were reminding me, and I was thinking, I know where it fucking starts, you asshole.
Am I the asshole who cuts off his podcast co-host?
Yes.
This is the Department of Child Services, was the response. Hank's face quickly turned red and slammed the phone back on the wall.
Wait, his face slammed it?
Yes. He put the phone in his mouth and slammed it against the wall. He grasped Peggy by the neck. You gonna get more of those twig boys over here?
Damn.
Twig boys over here to put me in prison and take my boy away? He howled.
Hank, please, they're called twinks.
The scene cuts to Hank taking Peggy by the back of the neck down the hallway to the backyard. Hank took a propane tank off of the grill and shoved the valve in Peggy's mouth.
Yeah!
The video then went silent for a minute, timestamp, simply showing the propane valve in Peggy's mouth. When the scene started moving again, Peggy's eyes slowly closed and a voice was heard. Buck Strickland, forgive me for using propane for this.
You skipped over a part, though.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it cut to another animation of Peggy inflating into a balloon.
Mm-hmm. And she was
That's
so
how
embarrassed.
she survived the fall.
Oh.
She just bounced.
The only problem was that when Hank said this, Hank did not even sound like Mike Judge, the creator of the show who voiced Hank. It sounded like an older and deeper voice. So it sounded like, Buck Strickland, forgive me for using propane. Like that.
Just Bubba Fox, yeah.
Yeah. The screen went to black after this. I fast-forwarded through the rest of the tape to make sure there was no more content on it. There was none. I just thought to myself, why so much wasted space? And we're thinking that about the story. Why is it on 2 tapes? And at this point, I was really shaken up. I went to grab a coffee. When he's grabbing a coffee, standing out by the fence, just drinking it. When I got back, I popped in the second tape. It was just a black screen. Oh, okay, this is why there's a second tape. I fast-forwarded to check for content and eventually came across some stuff that was really starting to scare me. It was a funeral, nice. but there were very few colors. Wait. Everyone was wearing black and white at the funeral. I have no idea why.
Every funeral I had ever been to was incredibly vibrant.
It was like Carnival.
If you have a clown funeral, like, is it customary to have a colorful clown funeral?
On a clown funeral, everyone's a mime.
Would you then, like, do the makeup on the corpse?
I don't know. Because clown makeup is copyrightable, like the actual image. So I don't know if you just like retire it at that point and then someone else can assume the mantle. I don't know.
Is it like when they hang a jersey in the stadium? Do they just put like do they string the clown's like severed face up from the big top ceiling or what?
Well, I think if you have a funeral for a clown and something happens to their face and it can't be an open casket, I think at that point you just put up a painting of the person as a sad clown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
If you have if it is a clown funeral, do you shove like 17 bodies into one casket?
Yes, they have to wait. Yes.
You can only have a funeral when there's like 10 people that are dead, so they just keep everyone else on ice.
Damn it.
Obviously, we're all the nation is recovering from the terrorist attack on the clown agency that killed 72 clowns, and they all decided to just bury them together in one mass grave.
We have terrible news this morning. A terrorist attack has hit the clown towers. Clowns with parasols dropping from the sky.
With inflatable parachute pants.
Down below, clowns opening their parachutes and silverware falling out. Down below, the clown fire department, no help with their... just holding out big circles of paper.
Zoomers also have no idea what this imagery is.
Yeah, big paper trampolines.
Clowns trying to put out the fire with
gasoline.
No, with flowers on their lapels.
Oh.
The clown towers were hit by 2 single-engine private planes, very small planes. 500 clown terrorists were killed. There were 250 in each.
There's a fucking wire between the two, and a bunch of clowns are trying to balance on it.
Yes. It's a tightrope.
God damn.
Double draw the town flowers. Town flowers.
Town flowers here.
Town flowers here for clown towers. And then there's a documentary was the clown towers attack an inside job, and the documentary is called Loose Pants. As you can see, if we slow down the video, what looks like a cream pie comes speeding in from the southeast.
Well, they were trying to attack Building 7, and they prevented it by having a clown shot out of a cannon just intercept it.
Why did Dick Cheney refuse to scramble the clown cannons on Cloud 11? Why did Dick Clowney refuse?
I'm just asking questions, okay, guys? Honk honk.
Never forget. Honk honk.
Right. There was a funeral, but there were very few colors. We got all that out of that. There was only various forms of gray and black and the colors of people's faces. Clown makeup. It just did not seem like a real King of the Hill episode. Or Kingdom of the Hearts.
Just like the funeral from fucking the Dead Bart, where it didn't seem like an episode of the show. The funeral was for Peggy. Attending it was all of the King of the Hill's neighbors, including some acquaintances such as Hank's father, Cotton, and John Redcorn. He has 2 fathers, apparently. Even Hank was there, claiming that Peggy had committed suicide. As Peggy's coffin was lowered into the hole, it faded into an overhead view of it being lowered. This part really scared the shit out of me.
Why?
I'm just imagining someone going to a funeral and they start lowering the coffin. They're just like, shit, no!
The descender.
A dead body.
there's grieving people there, and you're just like tangentially related. It's like, and they have to explain after the fact. Listen, he's here doing exposure therapy. He has a huge fear of coffins being lowered into the grave.
Fuck. My parents were killed by coffins being lowered into the grave. No, it happened before. They were just, whatever.
Bruce, shut up.
Oh, the burialiver.
The burialiver. The fuck.
Oh, the eulogy.
He just wakes up buried alive in a coffin. It was I'm going to kill you, Batman, just like I killed your parents by burying them alive.
Mm-hmm.
It was a somewhat highly realistic image of Peggy in the coffin. The reason I say somewhat is because it looked real, but it still appeared to be drawn and not a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Is Xavier Useless just like doing everything he can to not use the term hyper-realistic?
Yes.
I think that, that's what it is. That's what it is. It is funny just seeing them like talk in circles about it. I love you, Dave Lee Useless. Make no mistake. Yeah. It was just a realistic cartoon. The scene then cut to Bobby, Hank, and Ladybird sitting on the porch. Ladybird is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Bobby had a queasy face, and Hank had one hand on the propane tank that he used to commit the murder. Bobby turned to his father.
Full disclosure, I have read this before, like years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you asshole.
But like, it does have a charm to it. I've forgotten a lot of the imagery. Like, I remember most of it, but it's great to read it again.
You forgot the whole section about the clown funeral, about the skydiving women.
I did.
Yeah.
You know, they're important details. Why'd you do it, Dad? He asked in a humble voice. I don't know, son. Hank responded. He almost sounded like he was crying. He then stood up and walked inside, leaving Bobby and Ladybird, who were still on the porch.
He was also angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. It once again cut to a very dull scene with nothing but black, gray, and the skin colors. He used to play keyboard for black, gray, and the skin colors. It was a scene that literally made me sick to my stomach. It was Hank hanging from the ceiling with the note pinned on him. It just stayed focused on him swinging back and forth for 2 minutes, timestamp or so. It then cut to the ending credits with the normal outro and theme music.
Hank Steen. What are the odds that the...
He's a member of the extraordinarily hanged people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of laughing on the inside at the fact that the show was playing the regular ending credits after all that stuff happened. I was really more confused and creeped out at it. Okay. I went on some forums. I picked up some opinions. I asked some questions. Do you really believe that... No. I went on some forums, but found nothing about this episode. However, I came across someone on Yahoo Answers who had a similar occurrence as me. He asked for pictures of my feet because it would be funny. Somebody write a story like that where the entire thing is you have this creepy online thing where there's, something going on and you're finding someone who's working with you on something, and then at the end of the whole thing they're trying to solicit you for photos and you have to block them.
We have asked this of our audience a billion times. Please just sneak foot fetish into things.
Yeah. But I found this user on the dark web who also had seen the strange shadow people around and, go through this whole story, and then at the end of it it's like a throwaway sentence. Anyway, the guy started asking me for feet pictures and I got weirded out and blocked him. So I haven't seen any shadow people since then, so whatever.
Slimebeast just thinks it would be funny.
Yeah, I just think it'd be funny. That's all.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be embarrassing to the no sleep moderators?
That would be very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, I just don't want to spend the time and effort to actually try and win on no sleep, because I get the feeling that it's kind of rigged at this point.
Yeah. It's a losing game. Yeah, don't bother.
But if I did. And if, their formula was really about their formula, I know their formula. Their formula is very easy to understand, and I would totally just troll them. And that's what I love about whenever Double dicks around and just trolls them. Because he fucking, sometimes he's more blatant about it, right? And those are funny, and he's doing those for us. But there have been other ones where he's, fucked around and, made a good story and then just ruins it at the end on purpose.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest shit because it gets upvoted and people take it seriously.
People interact with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people interact with it and they like it, and they just kind of go along with any ridiculous thing. And so they're just enjoying it, and Double is trolling. It's amazing.
Double, release a book called Double Dicks. All right.
Double dicks, and then like in tiny print below it, around on no sleep.
Mm-hmm. I went on some forums but found nothing about this episode. However, I came across someone on Yahoo Answers who had a similar occurrence as me. They received a similar tape at a thrift shop in Johns Creek County in northern... Johns Creek Country sounds like a water park. There's a thrift shop right in the middle. In North Georgia.
John Tiddlywinks Biggle Shranks here for John Creek's County, Country, Georgian Northern
Georgia
Water. Welcome to the great Georgia Northern.
In other news today, John Tiddlywinks died when he drowned after having a stroke on the slide. A place about 20 miles. He's going down the slide saying this as he's going. Arms
Taking the
crossed.
water.
John Tiddlywinks, Northern Georgia Society of Georgian Borders.
He just has Tourette's and he's going down it. And his tick is that he is just an advertiser. He's just, John's Gribbles Water Park Emporium.
John's Gribbles, Waters and Dribbles, and stupid. He was found dead at the bottom of the ocean. People nearby said that they heard gurgling sounds and what sounded like a pitch for some kind of steamer.
On certain clear nights, you can hear him echoing from the deeps, trying to sell you things.
Victor Mandy.
Oh,
Victor Mandy is just like, oh, so you have Tourette's, huh? Yeah, you know that's not real, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just an excuse. It's just an excuse to say whatever you want.
Easy. Stop.
That's it.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Johns Creek County in northern Georgia, place about 20 miles away from where I got mine. I managed to get on AIM with this person, but I got no answers because AIM is closed. And I didn't realize it.
Was AIM even around in 07?
Oh.
I went to a thrift shop. John Creek.
Mm-hmm. Hi, John Creek.
I was really curious at this point, so I drove about 40 miles and went down right to Cartoon Network / Turner Broadcasting HQ. I knew that Fox Broadcasting made the show, but I assumed Cartoon Network had every episode recorded as they aired them all before.
Okay, so you're driving along and you see this guy at a gas station, run down in the middle of nowhere, and he says, you know where the Cartoon Network building is? And he goes, yeah, you want to go down and to the right. What? You ever play Tetris? Do kind of like that. Fuck.
Someone just comes up and is like filling up their gas, and like, you know, whoever it is trying to like take out the trash that works there. And there's like, hey, you from around here? Yeah, I'm from around here. And you're just like flipping a knife in your hand. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know where the Cartoon Network building is? They canceled Cowboy Bebop, and I want to talk to them.
They canceled my favorite show, Magical Moon Boy. What? I don't think that show's real. Don't tell me what's real. You're awfully mouthy for a guy who ain't seen Magical Moon Boy.
Where's a summon and stabbing distance?
You're talking mad shit for somebody, and no, they cut off the gas pump and the gas starts spilling out, and then they just cover the person in gas. I just think it'd be funny if they were covered in gas.
Anyway,
I just think arson is funny. I just think it'd be funny. Before I did some research to figure out who was in charge of broadcasting Koth. Mm-hmm. So I found a receptionist in the studio and demanded to talk to him. Apparently, though, I needed a guest pass of some sort. Come on down to Country Creek County's guest pass all weekend, Georgia Northern Comfort.
Come on down to the guest pass.
Come on right and down. Come on down to the right and make it like a Tetris block and come on down.
Just get all up into an L shape and come on down.
Man, that's something they could have done on like interdimensional TV and Rick and Morty back in the day. It's just like a guy that just keeps like going across panning shots of different scenic areas. It's like, so why don't you just come on down and and they just keep like cutting like every few seconds to like a different scenic area. Just come on down and
Just we want you behind him.
Yes, and we want you to come on. He's like grilling at some point, and he's in like swim trunks at another point. Just come on down. We're having a great time down here. Come on down.
So bring the family and come on down. We're waiting for you here and with open arms. So come on down.
I'm so lonely.
At a certain point, he's just like inside of a all wooden chapel, and he's just like, "Come on down, because we value you. Just coming on down."
And then it cuts to him with his knees to his chest in ragged clothing, arms wrapped around his knees, rocking back and forth in a dark room, looking up through a hole in the ceiling where there's like a hatch, and he's going, "Come on down, just come on down, come on down." And it ends.
And you're like have the shot up from above, looking down on him, and somehow the floor that he's on keeps getting lower and lower and further away.
Come on down.
Come on down. Help.
What the fuck are we even talking about?
Shut up! That was great. Come on, Nate. Come on. Come on, please. Come on. Starts begging for you.
Give us a call. I'll call you back, and you come on down. Maybe email address. Just come on down to the website, and then come on down to the storefront.
Commercial ends. Next commercial comes on. It's like, have you ever needed a new pair of shoes? And then it's like, just good. Why haven't you come on down? It's me still. Sorry, I tricked you. I was doing a voice.
Do you really want shoes? I got some. Just come on down.
Yeah,
I got what you need.
You got 2 YouTube ads, and it's like the first 5 seconds. It's just like, come on down. You skip ad, and then it just looks like a normal ad for like Foot Locker or whatever, and then it just like the guy's face turns to you. It's like, it's me again. Don't you have him? Come on down.
Is it possible to make a 2-part YouTube ad and get on Google AdSense? Is it possible to have them run after each other? So when you hit skip, the next one starts and it's like, okay, I know you just skipped that last one, but hear me out. Like that would fuck with people so much. It'd be impossible because they're not going to run them in sequence, but goddamn.
What if you have an ad where it's like a charity or something, and it's like, every day millions of children everywhere are going hungry, and you can stop. Whoa, really? Okay, so.
Okay, wow. So you're just fine with kids starving. Great.
Can't help but notice that you.
It starts playing an ad. It's like, in the arms of an angel, and it's like a sad dogs, and you skip it, and then it's just like, okay, we're done fucking around, and it's like a woman just cocks a gun and points it at a dog. If you skip this ad, this pupper gets it.
And then you skip the ad again, ad 3 of 3. The guy's standing there in the dark room, and he says, "Did you think we were kidding? The dog is dead now."
Dog's dead.
We weren't kidding.
And there's just like a shadow. There's just a shadow, and she walks over to the shadow and starts pulling an object out of the shadow, just sliding it out of there. just dead dog slide noise.
You just hear across the floor.
Skip ad!
Unskippable.
You may notice this ad is unskippable. Yeah, exactly.
I paid a lot of money to make this ad unskippable.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Plot twist: it wasn't the SPAC or whatever it is. It was PETA. Yeah.
Okay.
Turns out we love killing animals.
Yeah. I mean, this sounds like what would you call it? You would call it even more unedited footage of a bear.
Yeah.
This is a Wham City joint.
Well, I pitched this for a while. I'm sure I pitched it in other places. If they were going to make a, Candle Cove or whatever TV show, I say you take 15 seconds on either side and set it up regionally to be different regional ads.
Right.
And that way you can gaslight people and make them question reality, and people would go online. It's like, ooh, what did you think that this little part meant? And they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't see that part. And then people have to piece it together. But they didn't do that. Instead, they did bad.
Yeah.
I was completely pissed off at this point that you didn't come on down. Did you thought we were done with this bit?
They should have aired the show in like everywhere but one area and had that one area just air static. Make everybody there think, what was that show that was static? I don't know. We all saw it. Anyway.
Nielsen ratings are doing really bad in this area for some reason.
Actually, Nielsen ratings are up in this area. We may want to pursue this as an ongoing series.
Well, it turns out that the static was more entertaining than what they had programmed for the other show. Shit.
Zoomers are calling it Take the challenge. You've got all these girls like in the cosplay and everything. And they're no wait, it's like the TikTok videos. It's like the TikTok videos, everybody. You know those? You ever hear of those? They got those TikToks now?
The kids?
Yeah, the kids, they got this TikTok. The girl sitting there like, in like sweat clothes and glasses with her hair kind of undone, and just looking at the camera. Yeah. But then, boom, all made up, plot out like a, anime heroine, and you just hear as they start dancing. Static challenge.
Static challenge.
It's so dumb.
No, it's the sweatpants and the glasses and everything, and then they go like boom, and it's static, and then it's just static.
Yes!
They just knock the camera off the stand, and it's static now.
There's no footage.
There's no footage.
Somebody out there they have what is it? Do they call it like duet or something where they just have your side be static when you're replying to whatever somebody did.
Just have it be static with text that's just like, there's a dead body behind the Applebee's in the dumpster at these coordinates.
Have the coordinates go off screen so they're not legible.
Oh, god damn it. Kids are calling it the TikTok Snuff Film Challenge.
Kids are calling it the Don't Get Caught by the Police for Several Murders Challenge. God damn. Kids
are calling it the Child Abduction Challenge. Kids are abducting other kids.
Kids are calling it Doing a Dahmer. Stupid.
We are losing it.
Yeah.
I noticed you still haven't come on down. I was completely pissed off at this point, so I drove back home and put on my old sheriff's uniform.
What the?
What?
I was a sheriff in Johns Creek County about 3 years ago.
I like to imagine he's putting on a old sheriff uniform, like a Scooby-Doo villain. It actually makes him look like an old sheriff.
I'll show them.
Sure glad that he's in there and that I'm out here. Now you've come on down. I went back and thought it unlawful. I used my badge to talk to him.
Oh boy.
When I got into his office, he was just sitting at his desk talking on his phone.
Pardon me.
I walked up to him, threw the tapes on his desk, and demanded answers. What are these? Those are VHS tapes, sir. What?
I'm an old sheriff.
I don't understand newfangled technology.
Yeah.
He dropped the phone immediately and grabbed the tapes. I followed him to another office on the other side of the building. There was a small safe in this office. He opened it up, put the tapes in, and locked it. He then told me to leave. I did not want to act like a sheriff anymore because I did not want to get in trouble with the law, so I left.
God damn it.
I got home. Are you if you're a sheriff and you retire, just like a retired sheriff for life? I don't know. I got home and flipped on the TV. Adult Swim was on, and I was relieved to see a real episode of King of the Hill. Okay,
so a retired sheriff watching Cartoon Network. I don't know why that doesn't
It is just weird, yeah. To this day, there are only 2 copies of this episode on 4 tapes that I can find anything about on the internet. One of them, I assume, is still locked up in Cartoon Network studios. You may possibly come across more of them in thrift shops throughout the Southeast.
It'd be really excellent if this story just encouraged you breaking into Cartoon Network studios. Yeah. It's just like, and listen, I wasn't able to get there, but if wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you, I don't know, got a group of 40 to 30 terrorists.
40 to 30 clown terrorists and ex-sheriffs.
Why don't you just come on down to the Cartoon Network studio? Just come on down and bring your assault rifles and just come on down. So if you're a elderly sheriff or a clown terrorist, just come on down. That's very specific. What the fuck?
Who are you advertising to?
I just said.
How ridiculous? How ridiculous does a story have to be for nobody to actually consider it serious? Because somebody would be like, "All right, I'll do it. I need to see this episode."
God damn it! Let me get my buffalo costume.
You know what? Hop on Twitter and be like, look, I have a way we can bring back Teen Titans.
Oh, God.
But some of you may not make it.
We must bring back Teen Titans by any means necessary.
Oh, man. I saw a haunted episode of Teen Titans Go. It was all serious and nobody was twerking. I don't understand.
It was well written and had like a message to it. Made me laugh. It also made me cry.
Robin was naked. I don't know what that happened on there, right?
No,
I never saw it. I just assumed.
Fake fan.
So what are we doing? I'm not a fake. I've never claimed to be a fan of Teen Titans in any capacity.
I just think it'd be funny if Robin was naked.
Yeah.
Robin was naked and Cyborg is just yelling cracker all the time. That's what the fans want.
You're going to get us canceled off YouTube. I don't know. That gets you banned on Twitch. I don't know.
That's a good place to end the episode, being reminded of the cracker cut.
This has been the Fear Fiction
Release the
Podcast.
cracker cut.
Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Bart, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
Howdy, Patriots. It's me, BeerChugger1776 again. As promised, we've passed $500 on a Patreon, so I'm out here hunting for Bigfoot. Now, listeners, I'm about as confused as a fish in a whirlpool right now. Everyone's always said Bigfoot is impossible to find. But there's a town named Bigfoot right outside San Antonio, so he must be here. I guess mystery and hype is all Mr. Bigfoot has. So maybe he keeps the mystique alive for branding purposes, I don't know. You'll have to excuse the poor recording quality. Ever since my encounter with what I now know to be Slender Man, most of my gear don't work properly no more. I'll get some pictures uploaded to the Squarespace site in a few days for y'all. I've been out here for about 6 hours, and while Bigfoot ain't been spotted yet, I've seen evidence of his existence all around me. Empty Bigfoot brand beer cans, used needles from his steroids, hundreds of used condoms cause you know Bigfoot gotta be packing. Ladies love Bigfoot, or so I hear. Now y'all are probably wondering what my plan is when I eventually find Bigfoot. Honestly, I just want to sit and have a chat. Maybe grab a beer and shoot darts. As far as I can figure, Bigfoot is one of the original founding fathers. He was here before Washington, before the Indians, before almost everybody. He was out skinning bucks and running trout lines before it was cool. I gotta respect that. He don't need no YouTube or Wi-Fi or 5G or vaccines. He's outlived every major plague, war, and presidential election known to man. I must admit, I'm quite humbled by the idea of meeting with such a figure of self-reliance and independence. To pick his mighty brain for just a moment would grant me wisdom second only to the Bible. It's for these reasons that I didn't bring Big Susan along. Just a sidearm. Okay, I'm coming to a thicket now with stray tufts of fur. I must be on the right track. Ooh, yeah, Ron Paul stickers. He's definitely been here. I'm gonna go silent for a bit and see what I can find. Okay, I'm deep in the thicket now. These trees are strange, arranged in neat rows like an orchard. These ain't like any fruit trees I've ever seen before. Wait, now that I mention it, I do see a farmhouse in the distance. Well, if this is a farm, where's all them illegals? I guess Bigfoot must prune his acreage all by himself. Damn, what a legend. Wait, I hear some deep sounds in the distance? I'm trying to be stealthy, but move quickly as to locate the source of the sound. Bigfoot really is as elusive as they say. Upon further inspection, these trees appear to be related to the nut family, maybe almonds. Gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed in that. Almonds are something those liberal hippies in California would grow. Only nuts I need in my mouth are peanuts. Wait, there's that sound again. Oh, it's getting closer. I see something big through the branches here. Tall, wide, metallic in nature. Wait. Combine. Bigfoot's in a combine. Wait, Bigfoot, I'm a huge fan. I just want an interview. that weren't Bigfoot. Apparently that was Big Frank and his big guns. He kept yelling at me and trying to run me over with his combine. Not sure why he has a combine for an orchard, but then nothing really makes sense out here. Listeners, I'm starting to think those weren't almond trees. I don't know what illicit substance has grown on them, but no one protects trees that much unless they're selling to Big Pharma. They weren't really trees either, just kind of tall plants. Remind me of poppy fields. One of them exploded and I inhaled it. Gotta say, I'm feeling pretty good considering the buckshot in my side. I'm just gonna lay down and sleep this off for a bit. This is Beer Chugger 1776, live from Big Frank's Christmas Tree Farm. Tune in next week for Bigfoot.
Have you guys ever been to the 4th Avenue Cafe?
Where's that? What street is that on?
It's it's like off of 3rd Avenue.
That sounds stupid.
4th Avenue Cafe is a good song written by Larkenzio.
Written by Larkenzio?
Larkenzio. It's a song from a band called Larkenzio. Larkenzio has been going on for like 30 fucking years now. They're a Korean pop punk band that preceded like a lot of American pop punk. And there's a performance on YouTube where it's just like them performing it from their first performance to their most recent one over the years. It's really cool.
And you said that the name is, what is it? Lucky Lucio?
Lucky Lucio's 4th Avenue Cafeteria.
What? Lucky Lucio's 4th Avenue Cafeteria. Abysmii, have you ever eaten at Lucky Lucio's 4th Avenue Cafeteria?
No, and I'm starting to worry for people who have.
What? Oh, okay. Well, now it's a short story, one story again. I've never eaten at Lucky Lucio's 4th Avenue Cafeteria, and now I'm starting to worry for people who have. What? What? Oh, God. Save the plug. Abysmii, go.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I don't feel good. You guys have to carry this.
The plugs don't have to be long or clever. They're just plugs.
Abysmii is always like, I don't have to be long or clever. Come on.
Whatever.
I don't have to be long or clever. Whatever.
I ain't gotta be long or clever. Whatever.